Hey, you guys, I know you've probably never seen anybody in their bathrobe sitting outside in the freezing cold doing a video, but this one is so important. I know it's become a national pastime for parents my age. I'm about to have my 58th birthday and I have 4 adult children. It's become the thing you talk about at the cocktail party, that your children can't buy a house and that they're crushing it and that they're working really hard. If you have good kids, they're working hard. Many of them are married. 3 of my 4 children are in a partnership, getting married, or they are married, and they can't buy a house. I have one child who was lucky enough to buy a house in like 2018 before everything went bonkers. They're going to have the last laugh, you guys, but only if you help wake them up to one simple thing. And that is that the millennials can get in on Bitcoin before it goes completely bonkers and one Bitcoin is worth $1 million. It matters how you invest in it. I personally wouldn't be buying in the 11 big American banks ETFs at all, okay? Not your keys, not your coin. If you don't understand that, it's time to start learning about Bitcoin because the millennials are going to get their get back. The millennials have the chance right now to front end run the rest of their generation and even the boomers. Yes, the boomers who own 85% of the wealth in this country. The millennials are going to have a lot of it if they play their hand right. Now, if you're listening to this and you're not a millennial, but maybe you're a parent or a grandparent of a millennial, but you're a forward thinker and you're staying on top of what's really going on in the world, and you see that the whole industry of finance, lending, money is changing, that the ground is shifting under our feet, and that we have access to assets that take us outside the corrupt, centralized central bank control, then wake your kids up to it. Feel free to share this video with them. I'm talking to you, Gen X parents and younger boomer parents, and I'm talking to your kids because they can get into Bitcoin and watch it 10x and 50x. Okay, I know they're working hard. I know they're frustrated that they can't buy a house because interest rates are high and the asset prices are even higher. It's just insane. And I've done my share of griping, but I personally have started an account. I made my kids set up their own account. I put a little bit of a Bitcoin in it, and I told them they couldn't touch it till 2030. And if they touch it before 2030, I'm never going to put any more in there. So I want them to have hope. I want your kids to have hope. I want your grandchildren to have hope. I want them to see that there's something out there for them, that they can get in on it early because they understand it. It takes a couple 100 hours to really understand Bitcoin. If all you know is that you know a bunch of people who've become Bitcoin millionaires, I didn't imagine that I would go from high 7-figure worth to 5-figure double-digit net worth just from Bitcoin. But that is in fact what happened. Reason I went into Bitcoin is to get my money or my energy outside the central banking system, where it could grow in the only true free market system left in the world. So right now, Trump's putting the banks legal to get involved in Bitcoin. I don't like it. I think it gets away from what we wanted Bitcoin to be in the first place, but it is going to increase demand for Bitcoin. So we have a mastermind. Get in it. Get your millennial kids in it. Let's start learning together. We specialize in beginners. It's a whole new world. It's a different vocabulary, but we want your questions. We want to hear what you have to say. So check out the mastermind down below, but just be aware there's hope. There's hope for our kids. They didn't get iced out of everything. I know it's not fair. They're paying into Social Security and they'll never get Social Security. The boomers that are collecting Social Security. They'll probably be the last generation to do so. Did you know our US government prints money to make the Social Security unfunded liabilities payments every month? It's true. It's already bankrupt. We're just printing money to pay all the boomers their pensions, their Social Security benefits, and our kids are paying into it and can't even afford to. So it's all going to work out okay if they learn starting now. They start putting the time in to understand Bitcoin. It's not just a matter of buying it, you guys, because then it'll go up 20% or 50% and they'll sell it and think they're a genius and then watch it quadruple in the following year or whatever happens. I'm not necessarily making a specific prediction here, but the whole asset class is set to take off and go bonkers because the US government is investing. And once all the other countries of the world see that happening, El Salvador already paid off its national debt because of how much its Bitcoin had appreciated. So what they do once they were debt free, they bought another 6,000 Bitcoin. So the gamification of Bitcoin is on, and your millennial kids understand gamification, right? They understand it better than we do. We grew up with what, like Atari, Pong, or something like that. So the kids understand the gamification. Help them understand. Give them my video that Bitcoin is becoming gamified and it could make them rich. I'm not a financial advisor. Most of your financial advisors are not monetized by you investing in Bitcoin. So I'm here because I don't have a license they can take. And I'm talking about what I've actually done and why I'm more bullish on Bitcoin now than I was 4 years ago. I'm still buying, or I should say I'm buying again. I've been buying Bitcoin at over $100,000. So it's volatile, but you know what? I'm going to teach you why. Come to the mastermind. The volatility is a feature, not a bug. All right, I'll see you in the mastermind. We meet every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's very interactive. If you don't make it on Wednesday night, that's okay. We record it for you. So please join us and please share this with your millennial children. Don't let them become hopeless. There is big, big hope that they're going to win in the end. I'll see you next time.